Hi guys, this is Kiran. I'm here to explain some basic stuff in Blender. So for that I'm selecting the Blender first, and currently I'm using 2.72, that is the latest version in Blender, and you can get it for free in blender.org. And coming to the home screen, you can see four objects mainly: the camera, lamp, cube, which is also called as object in our Blender, and the plane or the 3D plane. So I'll explain these things like camera and lamp in the flow because those two are very important. And coming to the view, like you can right click on the mouse and grab it all around so that you can view in different in a 3D view. So if you want to pan the image like in a particular 2D view, you need to click the shift and right click on the mouse so you can pan it in a particular 2D view. So this is the panning image. So, and coming to the transformation changes, so you can select the object by right clicking on it. Currently I selected the cube, and if you perform any transformation changes, like when I click on translate, you can move it all around the space. Similarly, the rotate and also the scaling. Okay, and you can enter the values manually, like since it is a scaling vector, I'm clicking S5. So yeah, see the changes. And I want to also tell you about the difference between object mode and edit mode. Currently by default it is set as object mode. So in the object mode, whatever the actions you apply, it will apply on the entire object. But when you click on the edit mode, and you can apply actions to a particular area of the object, like let's say in the bottom you can see these three things. This is selecting a particular face, this is selecting an edge, this is selecting a vertex. So I want to select the face first, and you need to click on a particular face. So when you see this, I click on this face and you can see the outline is turned into orange color. That means I clicked on this face. So when you click on the extrude region, so you can extrude it, or you can even intrude it by taking it as inside. So that's the advantage of selecting particular face in the edit mode. So similarly, you can scale it and you can rotate it. So that's the difference. And coming to the importance of camera and lamp, and you can see like this is the solid mode. That means you can apply any actions to the game, I mean like to the objects. So when I change it to the rendered mode, that means the final output, you can see the particular view is bright and this view is completely dark because the lamp is placed in this particular point. So only this particular area is bright and all the surroundings is dark, and the object can be seen in this view only because the camera is placed in this position. So you need to make sure where the camera and the lamp should be positioned, because whenever the final output is seen on the screen, the position of camera and lamp is very important. So make sure you keep in your required position to get the exact final output. So I'll go back to the solid mode again, and right now these are the basic stuff, and I'll explain in detail, like adding some properties to the plane and everything in my game. Like I'll explain how to design a small game. So for that, I just want the plane to be clean. So I don't want this to be on the plane. So I'll select this. No, I need to go to the object mode and I need to select the whole object and I want to delete it. Okay, and to make any games in Blender, we need to go to the Blender game mode. So when we go to the Blender game mode, and I want to add particular objects for my game, my theme of the game is I will add a plane first. I will translate it to this position. Okay, and I will scale it. Let's say 12, 12, 12. Okay, so this is my plane. Since it is zoomed in, it is looking very bigger. I'll zoom out a bit. We can zoom in and zoom out by selecting the middle mouse button and scrolling it up and down. So that's the easy way to zoom in and zoom out. And I also want to add a spherical ball. So it's in the mesh and this is the UV sphere. So I want to translate it and keep it a bit far from the plane. So yeah, the theme of my game is to make the ball rotate all around the plane and not to fall from the plane. So it's very interesting and it's an addictive game too, because whenever we get bored we can play this game. So to add properties to the objects, we need to drag this thing to the rightmost corner and select the last one. That is physics. So when you select that, right now the sphere is selected and it is in static, so it won't move. So I want to make it as dynamic to get it moved. So similarly the plane, so when we make it as dynamic, both are dynamic. To execute this game we need to press P. So when we press P, you can see both the objects are falling down. So since I don't want the plane should fall down, I will select the plane and by right clicking on it, and I will select it as static. So now if I press P, you can see only the ball is coming down and the plane is not moving. So to move the plane, we need to add some properties to it. So before that, I just want to show how to color the objects. So to color that, I'm sorry, yeah, you need to select the fourth but last from the right side. So oh, I need to press escape to edit the game. So I need to select the last but fourth sphere. This is the thing which we add color to that. So when I click on new, you can see the option like diffuse. So when I click on this area, you can give a particular color to the plane. Let's say I'll give in between red and white. So yeah, this color is good. And similarly, when I select the plane, I'm sorry, and the sphere, and add a new and select the diffuse area, I want to give it as green. So yeah, these are the basic colors which look like attractive for me. And yeah, so when I press P now, you see the difference. Yeah, that's good light. Yeah, and to add properties to the plane, I need to press escape again and I need to give game logic. Like I need to select game logic here, and now right now the sphere is selected. I don't want the sphere, I mean, add any properties to the spheres because it's dynamic. So I want to select the plane and I want to add a sensor. Let's say keyboard. So here you can see the key. Just press any key you want. I'm pressing left arrow, and in the right side, rightmost side, you can see the actuator. I mean, like what the action you want to do when you press the left arrow. So I'm pressing it as a motion activator. So when I press the left arrow, it should move it to the left. So for that, I need to join this. So for this, I need to add a controller. Let's say N, and to join this, I need to just click on the hole and add it to this button, and similarly click on this and add it to this one. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, I need to, I'm sorry, I need to go to the default mode again. When I press P, so the ball fell down. So since I added property for the left arrow, when I press left arrow, what happened? Okay, maybe I didn't did it good. I'll go again and will check, make sure I did it good. So I need to do the game logic. Okay, yeah, I it was good actually. What's wrong? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to give some angle 0, that's why it's not moving. So when I click on X and let's say -1, you'll find the difference why I clicked on -1. So when I click on -1 again and make it as default again and press P, so now when you press the left arrow, it is moving on this direction. So to make it move again upwards, we need to add again the properties. So press escape again, go to the game logic again, and add a sensor, add a keyboard, and you can zoom in or zoom out this one too, and add a key like press right key, and add a controller, press N, add an actuator, press motion. So this for this one need to give +1, yeah, and again you need to join this thing and join this thing. So let's see what happens. Again change it to the default mode and press P again. So yeah, see, the ball is moving. See, yeah, it's good. Okay, so I want to do the same thing for the up arrow and down arrow, so I can play this game in a 3D mode. So for that I need to go to the game logic again by pressing escape and add two more controllers. Say keyboard, where is this? I'm sorry. Add a sensor, add a keyboard, and you can minimize these things because you already did this. Okay, yeah, and now press up arrow and add a controller and add an actuator motion again. Okay, when I press, now I need to do, let's say, +1. Let's see what happens. And when I join this, okay, and similarly add one more sensor, a keyboard thing, and press down and add a controller and add a actuator motion. So join this. Okay, let's see what happens. And here I need to do for the jet, I need to give -1 again. Okay, so when I go to the default mode again, when I press P, so I can move it to leftwards, I can move it right, I can move it this way, and I can move it this way. So something wrong with the deviations. So yeah, we need to adjust the degrees so that to make sure everything is good. And I need to press escape again. I need to change it to the game logic. So maybe I need to make some changes to this. Hmm, what is this one? -1, +1, +1, and -1. Okay, let's say +1 to this thing and -1 to this thing. Okay, when you go to the default mode again and press P. Okay, okay, uh, okay. This is the thing, and what's wrong with this? Like, I forgot the values in it. So let's say already made this one, so I'll go to that video again. I'm sorry for this, I forgot the values. So project blender, ball game. Okay, see, let's see the properties from here. So when you see the game logic, so since the speed is selected, there are no properties for it. I'm selecting the this one. So for the left arrow, yeah, we given +1. That's it. Yeah. So for the right arrow, we give -1 to the x, and for the up arrow, we give +1. Let's see this. Yeah. No, it's for the down arrow, we give +1, and for the up arrow, yeah, we give -1. Okay, that's simple. So no need to worry about z. So just give the values to x and y. So now I got it. I'm sorry for this. So yeah, and one more change I want to show to is go back to the default mode, and if you see the sphere here, it is selected as the physics to the sphere is rigid body. Why I keep a rigid body here is you can see the difference. When I press P, now I can play the game easily. See here. So in the previous logic, I made the sphere as dynamic. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and since it is dynamic, it is not rotating around itself. So when I keep it as rigid, it is rotating around itself. I'll show the difference. When I click the dynamic again, now press P. See this? It is moving, but it is not rotating around itself. So we are not getting an exact 3D view. I mean, like the ball is not rotating. So when we go to sphere and select it as rigid body and we press P again, you can see like it's moving. So it's looking cool, right? Yeah. So it's very easy to play and very easy to create the game too. So hope you understand and like my game, and I'm sure I'll keep on adding some videos about my stuff on Blender. So just follow my website. I'll upload this in my website. Thank you. Yeah, bye.